So this is the car, also known as the Jeep. It's a Chevy Malibu, but everyone called it a Jeep, so we went with cheap. Here's the first two doors, or as far as I have gotten them. I'm gonna seal all this and make it look real good when it's done, along with these holes, and do something here. It has the pull to eject on both of them. So yeah, there's the general idea there. And since nobody's seen the car in a long time, let's take a look here. Let's go, Brandon. This side is the one I'm working to complete, but there's what they look like from the inside looking over. There's the new light bar I put up top. Put all the rally lights down here. You guys wanted updates on what I've been doing with the car, also known as the Jeep. So I'm gonna start posting those updates to YouTube starting today with a little bit of how I do these doors. Give you a look at the car. So I've made the first cut on the outside here to match the other doors that I've already made. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this cut here, and we'll go from there. All right, so at this point, I have the side cuts and the main cut. Now I'm gonna mark this off and get this top separated. All right, now that the entire cut is made, let's pull this door apart, get these clamps off. I still gotta separate a few things, but yeah, the cut's made. I just gotta get the lock mechanism and all that out of here. And that is officially 2 door halves. I will use a little more scrap out of that to cover the top of this one. And we will have our 3rd door complete. Now I'm gonna take a couple measurements to see what we're gonna need to cut to cover this top piece. So 5 inches there. So we'll try to keep it at 5 inches. I'm gonna cut it 5 3/8 to give it a little extra. So I've measured down from the top on both sides the distance that I want to use. It is a little uneven, but that is on purpose because I'm splitting the distance between here and here to still use this as a handle. As I said, this will be filled in, this will be filled in, so we're just basically cutting out a section of this to cover the door. I've made the first cut here. The idea isn't to separate this, we're just using this skin here. So now I'm gonna cut the rest of this out and I'll show you where we're at. There's the sheet metal I removed. This is gonna be the top part of the door. The next step, I'm gonna use this flap wheel, clean up all the edges where it's sharp, and get the paint off so we can weld the top on. Fast forward a few hours and I done a little bit of work that I didn't get to record because my battery went dead, but this is the interior panel for here. Right now, I'm gonna get my measurements and my angles to seal off the top one on this one. So let me do that quick and then I'll show you how we're gonna bend that metal and get it ready for the top. Having one of these T-Bevels or angle finders is gonna help you big time when it comes time to bend your metal to the angles that you need it to be. I'll show you how we do that right now. So right now I'm gonna mark where we are gonna bend. The measurement of the point of the bend is 23.5. but when you bend metal, you lose some of it. So we are going to go with 23 and 5/8. Let me see where the camera is for you guys here. I'm currently bending down the metal using the rubber mallet. I'm gonna try to show you as much as I can. It's kind of hard to film and do all this one-handed, but see what we got. Pretty dead on there. Alright, so if you're not familiar with a T-Bevel, it allows you to find the angle. So now we'll take the measurement for the next bend and we're going to do the same thing. And there's the little bend, there's that one. In this step, we're going to weld the top onto this door, and I have prepped all the edges, cleaned off all the paint, the oil. So the skin is now on here. I gotta trim the edges down, and we're gonna put the panel in here, and we'll be good to go. So we're at the step where we are going to cover up the old ugly door with the sheet metal that I cut out and get it riveted in here, make the hole, and we will have a latch to let us out. Now that we've got all the rivets in place and this is solid, also made sure that this works before you put this on, or you're going to be drilling them out because there's no other way to access. But this little thing here is actually my favorite part of the door. Something so simple just is like the twist that it needs. And that's how you get out. Connect that to there. So I'm going to get that done, and we will put these on the car tonight. See how it looks with 4 doors. And she has 4 working half doors. They are on there finally after like 10 days of working hard as hell on it, but there it is, all 4 with the pull to eject. Yeah, buddy. Now I'll just seal all these in, make it look good, do the same on the other side, and continue on to the next aspect of this crazy ass project. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see just how crazy this ride is going to get, because I promise you, we are far from done right now. Stay tuned.